Okay, guess I should get started. Acting lecture. There's no coffee here. See? Acting, 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 acting. So, yeah, I've been a professional actor for maybe the last 20 years of my life, but I've been acting ever since I was probably about 9 years old. And the thing about acting is there are many different ways to talk about or to get at what acting is. But for me, there really is only three things to talk about, and that is textual analysis and whether or not you're inside out or outside in as an actor. And those are the things that we're going to look at today. So, when last we talked about this dude, the great Russian acting teacher Konstantin Stanislavski. And by the way, his name can either be spelled with a K or a C, and his last name can either be spelled with an I or a Y. Nobody really cares. Anyway, Konstantin Stanislavski developed this system by which we break down a script. And it basically is called scoring the script. And what it is basically this. You identify the given circumstances, we know what those are, and then you identify the super objective. You may remember that from dramatic structure. Super objective is a character's chief desire. And then what you do is you score the text, or you break it down into these things called beats. A beat is a moment, and every moment the beat has a winner or a loser. And then you break those beats down into these things called objectives and tactics. A beat is a moment, an objective is a want or a goal within that moment, and a tactic is how you achieve it. Or you can basically ask yourself this question: how do I get what I want in the moment? And you take your script and you break this stuff down, and eventually it all looks, well, it actually looks kind of messy. It kind of looks a little bit like this. Boop, yeah, there you go. But in the end, you have a clear idea of who the character is and what their intentions are. So, after you've scored the text, you then have to make a decision. Do you want to approach this character inside out or outside in? And inside out is basically, playing yourself under these imaginary circumstances. You still score the script and everything, but then you ask yourself, you rely on two tools basically. First, the magic if, which is basically you saying, if I were this character under these circumstances, how would I react to the given circumstances that are created? And then sense memory, if you have to cry, for example, you might think of something sad that happened in your own personal life and then use those feelings to help elicit emotions. Music comes in handy with this too, because we all know a song that makes us cry. And a great example of this, George Clooney. George Clooney basically plays himself in almost every movie that he is in. Even movies where he's done voiceover acting, he still sounds, looks, and acts exactly like the persona that we've come to know as George Clooney. He's basically playing himself, and there are several actors that are very good at this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, if you can make a career out of it, go for it. So that's inside out. Now, outside in. What is that, I hear you cry? So outside in requires a little bit more work on the part of the actor. You still do the text analysis, but then you ask yourself, how is this character an extension of the actor's personality or of my personality? And then, because of the script, something extra is possibly needed. So you have a discussion with the director and you score the text a little bit and you come up with something called an affectation or affectations, which are extreme character choices. This can be a variety of things. This could be the addition of costumes, props, accents, makeup, and doing a little bit of extra work in order to make the character extra special. Here are a few examples of some outside-in characters. Marlon Brando playing the Godfather. In the movie The Godfather, he actually used a mouth guard and spoke barely above a whisper. It's a case study for outside-in acting. And Christian Bale, who we all know is the Batman, or the Batman, he's been known to do extreme weight loss, which I cannot condone, of course. But in the movie The Machinist, he weighed about 80 pounds, and then he immediately gained weight for his next role to play a producer. And of course, if we're going to talk about outside-in acting, we have to talk about Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow is basically a funny accent, a costume, and Johnny Depp's impersonation of Rolling Stones bassist Keith Richards. But for me, the best example of outside-in acting, which I'll include a link to this, is remember Heath Ledger? He was basically an inside-out actor, playing basically roles that required him to just kind of be the dreamy lead, handsome actor with an American accent, so there was a little bit of affectation going on. But then got a chance to play the Joker in Dark Knight Rises, and he really changed the game when he played this character and did some amazing affectation work. And I'll attach a link if you've never seen the show before. So, what do I want you to do? Simple. Is to take a quiz. That's right. There'll be a quiz right after this. Also, I wanted to give you the definitions of imagination, creativity, and talent, because I honestly can't remember if I did a lecture on this or not. And also, style and substance. Write these down. Also, it occurs to me I never defined acting, so I should do that. Acting is the performance of believable actions within given circumstances. Make sure you write that down. And your quiz is coming after the pictures of the world's most perfect cat. Meow.